Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? It is 2:13 p.m. Mountain Time on Monday, October 11th, and we're already 11 days into October. So want to go over some altcoins that are on my watch list, 14 of them specifically. There's some other ones out there that are not as great looking setups as far as like right now. So 14's a lot. Just going to be going over charts, nothing fundamental, maybe one fundamental mention here or there if there's like an event coming up that pops into my head. But we're going to go into a little bit of news. As always, cover Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin futures, Ethereum, altcoin market cap, just because you need to be paying attention to that stuff if you're trading or if you're investing in altcoins. So going to get into that. If that interests you, or if it doesn't, you could just do me a favor. Please hit the like, please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it greatly. 4 away from 300 subscribers. It's a big deal for me, not a big deal for those with 100,000 or more followers on YouTube here. But anyways, I would really appreciate it. Also remember that nothing in this video is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Everything in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. I am just a trader, but I do have my opinions and I do want to share those with everyone. So let's get into it. Okay, so getting into it, not a whole lot of big news out there. I mean, Bitcoin pushing 57, 58,000. You know, that's pretty big news just from a technical side of things. But I do have 4 articles that I wanted to share with you. First off, BitMEX CEO predicts Bitcoin will be legal tender in 5 countries by 2022. We've already seen Argentina have Bitcoin as an official currency. The prediction is 5 by 2022. My prediction is that by the end of the year, we'll have at least 5 countries that accept Bitcoin as legal tender. All of them will be developing countries. So people, you know, on both sides of El Salvador adopting Bitcoin as a currency. The way I see it is this is a risk, but it's an opportunity, and it's kind of like a why not to me. You know, they're an impoverished country, and this is an opportunity that if this catches on, they could completely flip the entire country and their state of living if this works out. And if it doesn't, they're still an impoverished country. So why not? You know, I say take a chance on it. I believe in it. You know, I understand that it may not work out, but I think that it's a good idea. The CEO noted that remittances made up 23% of El Salvador's gross domestic product in 2020, while the World Bank assessed that low and middle income countries receive about 75% of total global remittances. He added that people around the world are increasingly looking at Bitcoin as a solution to weather massive inflation, as we're seeing in the United States, citing rapid crypto adoption in Turkey amid a 19.2% inflation rate. So pretty significant. It seems like the narrative is slowly becoming that Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation. So you know that Brazil is looking at 2022 and a couple other South American countries. Anyways, moving on, El Salvador, to add on to Bitcoin adoption in El Salvador, to build $4 million veterinary hospital using profits from Bitcoin Trust. And my initial response to this was, well, why spend it on a veterinary hospital? You know, why not help the people first? And I did a volunteer in Costa Rica years back. I think I was like 23 years old, 25 years old, something like that. And it was a turtle project where, you know, you go and collect turtle eggs before the poachers can, and you bury them in a hatchery and you hatch them. It's kind of cool. No water, no electricity. And one thing that I noticed, even in San Jose, which is the capital, there's a lot of wild dogs, and they all have fleas and ticks, and it affects the people's health there. So this does kind of help with 2 different issues with the health, but the health of people and the health of the animals that are wild animals. A lot of things like, you know, these restaurants or like food trucks, you know, they'd throw water at the dogs to get them away from the customers eating at the picnic bench outside of their little food truck. So it's like, you know, if they're cleaner dogs or cleaner animals, I'm speaking dogs specifically, but obviously a veterinary hospital is more than just dogs. And it does help sanitation and the health of the human citizens. So already, though, $4 million off of Bitcoin profits. So they're already making money. So great. It's already improved their country a little bit. Texas should use Bitcoin mining to capture wasted natural gas. Senator Ted Cruz. So big thing in the greenness, if that's a word, greenness of Bitcoin, looking at ways to take wasted energy and turn it into Bitcoin and use it for Bitcoin mining. Another big part of this is, if you're pro Bitcoin and pro freedom, which is kind of like the movement of Bitcoin, you're not really into politics. Ted Cruz has been the friend of the political friend of Bitcoin and crypto in the Senate. If you remember the multi-trillion-dollar bill where all the DeFi stuff was looking to get taxed as every single transaction on like Uniswap looking to get taxed and reported as an exchange, and just the impossibility of it and the ridiculousness of it. Ted Cruz was fighting for crypto and for the logical side of crypto and Bitcoin. So Ted Cruz is slowly becoming the friend of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin holders and traders. So important to know. But I think also, looking at finding solutions to make Bitcoin more green, or at least help with wasted energy to mine Bitcoin. Texas, is obviously a very conservative state. Conservatives generally don't believe on the side of global warming, but still looking to, use wasted natural gas to use it for something. So Ted Cruz, friend of crypto. One currency to rule them all. Facebook's Diem has global ambitions. So Facebook looking to get their cryptocurrency. What is Diem? Facebook Diem is a soon-to-be-launched permissionless payment system based on a blockchain technology. The system will have a stable coin called Diem and run on its own blockchain network. Although Facebook proposed the project... Oh, sorry, I want to skip to the next paragraph. The initial coin Libra was not decentralized, and neither is Diem. While the goal is to be permissionless, the current plan is for Diem to run on a permissioned blockchain. Consequently, only members of the Diem association can run transactions on it. So, Facebook, kind of trying to get their foot into the monopoly of cryptocurrency, as they don't own a monopoly on social media, but they were close at one point. Kind of defeats the purpose of cryptocurrency. Obviously you'll have to use this. They'll probably only accept Libra or Diem on their associated items and networks, but kind of defeats the purpose. Could be exciting investment, or could be one of those things where it's like fight the power, but we'll see how that plays out. But big companies getting into crypto, foresaw this coming, a lot of companies getting and creating their own cryptocurrency. Anyways, spent a lot of time on that news. Want to move on to the charts. But you can see how crypto adoption is happening, Bitcoin adoption is happening. It just makes me think regulation is coming more and more as we are on the verge of ETF approvals or denials. A lot of them getting moved back further and further. Still some, October 18th is the date to watch. Anyways, Bitcoin looking extremely strong. Video from Friday, I was in awe over how good this chart looked. Couldn't imagine it not going up. I liked how over the weekend we stayed sideways, so we did not create a gap on the futures chart. So we're looking really strong here. Hoping because I own a lot of altcoins that we stop around this 57, 58, 59,000. If we hang out around 60,000, altcoins come up a little bit. Our Bitcoin dominance, stays kind of testing this 200-day moving average. You're going to see some altcoins start to take off. And we did see a little bit of that over the weekend, in a few names. The crypto market cap kind of indecisive after this breakout, but we're looking pretty steady here, and we're putting in another little failed breakout, but we're wanting to right there. But something to watch, and we'll see how we finish the day in the crypto market cap. Ethereum also indecisive after the breakout, testing this pivot point here. We'll use that as a resistance. Want to break through that to get back to all-time highs. Other than that, you're well above the 200-day moving average. You're just above the 50-day moving. I know you can't see it through all my little lines. I have a lot of clutter on the bigger charts, but I tend to look at those a lot more, the bigger coin charts like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So looking to break through that. and get back to all-time highs. We'll see how we hold at the 50-day moving average. Still looking really solid over the long term. I mean, look at that. We were at 1,700 where we double bottomed and started to move back up. Okay, so starting it off, we have 13 altcoins, right, that I want to look at. Took one of them off of there because it's not looking so great anymore. Anyways, API3. Want to take a look at this. Just new breakouts happening. We want to see this break through the 200 now. We are just breaking out from the previous few days. Just want to see this breakout, see how the day finishes past this 200-day moving average and past this 50-day moving average. So want to see that. We have the good volume, so if we see that, could see a further move up towards the 620 and then maybe possibly the $7 area. So good looking action happening on an API3, available on KuCoin is where I would trade it on this chart. Next, looking at Badger. Badger's one that I've had on a watch list for a while now, talking about this breakout and retest of the breakout trend line, and mentioned that it was a good entry in the stock market mentor forum, and it's just been taken off from there. Looking for a target right now. If we can get past this is a good sell area. A good idea to take some profits here if you're just in it for a trade. 33.72, break through that and get to $38 is where the next profit taking area would be. Next, moving on to Celsius. Fundamentally, really like Celsius from a chart standpoint. We're in this extended bull flag. It's looking really, really solid consolidation here. Looking for a breakout of that, which will probably move up and test the 200-day moving average at 614.27. Then look for a break of that to retest the 650 area. So looking really good on the daily for a trade entry, potentially coming up shortly here. On the downside, you want to watch for a break of the downside of this bull flag. And if it breaks down, if you're still going to watch for an entry, you're going to want to see it hammer back into here. But from the candlesticks, it looks like it's holding here really well. I don't foresee it breaking down, but you always want to watch that downside. Next, Chain Guardians. Chain Guardians had 1, 2, 3, 4 trend lines test and just kind of the sideways action moving. It hasn't broken out. So this fourth one, it's getting less and less steep of a decline on these pullbacks after moves. So I could see after this fourth one breaking to the upside, that being about it, and it going on this run back up to all-time highs. We'll have to get past this pivot of 150, but that could be a potentially big move if we break this. So something to watch. On the downside, you want to watch this support level that has been holding once, twice, 3 times right here around the 84.65 mark. So I know that's a wide range, but with altcoins, they're very volatile and range very widely. CQT, Covalent, looks very, very similar to Badger. Did not have the breakout after the retest. So still watching this. Very, very low risk trade. If you were to enter right here, right above this trend line after the breakout, you could put a stop loss in about 2% below that, about the 108 or 107 area, or even down around $1 would be more of a 2% from where it's at, but we want to go 2% below this line, just to make sure that you don't get shaken out when it breaks and recovers back above if buyers step in. So other than that, this retest is looking great. It's holding. Want to see it continue to hold. It could move down further, kind of a more horizontal slide, which is good. It's less risk of going down while maintaining above the trend line. So good entry there, 2% below the breakout area would be the stop loss, and it's just looking very, very, very similar to Badger. Like, look at that, came down and tested it and then broke out 1, 2, 3, 4 times above that. We're a little bit longer in this, so it's not looking quite as strong, but good to keep an eye on. Next is Eternity Chain. Eternity Chain broke out, indecisive, moving down along the trend lines. Still can move down further. So still one to watch. I'd more watch for if we came down and touched the line, or if we broke out above the 50-day moving average. One to watch, Eternity Chain. They fundamentally good. Next up, Fractal. Fractal's one that came across, had some heavy volume come in. in this break to the upside, and now we're consolidating. Tried to break and kind of failed, so we're watching for breakdown from there, and we're watching from this bottom line and watching for a break to the upside out of this consolidation. Like to see some nice volume. We're seeing more volume than the previous 2 days, so that's nice to see. So another one to watch. Next, Luna. Luna has been very strong, so there's no reason for me to believe that this will break down, even though it's really teetering on the low end of the uptrend channel. Saw a breakdown before. We've recovered 2 previous times that we've broken down from this channel and broken down below the 50-day moving average, so that gives me a good feeling inside. But another low risk entry, you know, we have the 50-day here and the bottom of the channel here. Buy here, and if you put it 2%, I just like 2%. It's a good number to, you know, if you put it right at the trend line, you get stopped out and then it recovers, and then you're like, oh man, you missed the trade. So 2% below gives you a little room there, but good entry right on that, right on my trend line at least, you know, that we've drawn from way back starting in July. So and then there's a lot of room to the upside, you know, if you over the course of, you know, however many days or weeks, if it comes up this way, you know, you could see $60-$70 on Luna, and there's room for that. The only thing I don't like is that we saw this in Bitcoin back in May. You know, we had up to here, then we created our trend line from the next high, and we weren't strong enough to make it back up to the top of that trend line. So that's why definitely a low risk trade. But, you know, if you get stopped out, I mean, we are well above the 200-day moving average. You could see a significant drop because this was a major run. So make sure you have your stop loss in place on that one. Next, Polkadex. Not looking as good as when I started the video. I mean, not really looking that great, but we are testing the bottom of the bull flag channel. So we want to hold that, that's for sure. You can see we pierced it here. Could probably even cheat a little bit here, and there we go. So testing the bottom. So haven't quite pierced it just yet. Again, low risk. This is my buy, you know, sell 2%, stop loss 2% below, which would put it at about, let's see, that's 14.86, so about 30 cents, so about 14.55-ish if you were to enter here. So and then, you know, it would be in the trade, sell should it make it up to the price target at the top of the channel, and then buy on the breakout. So sell, buy, sell, buy. So looking like a pretty low risk for, you know, keep your losses small if it does break down. Superfarm has been trying to break out now for days, and every time it breaks out, I mean, we had a little breakout and we've been consolidating, and now fake break, you know, so we're trying. I'd actually like to see it get above these levels now with these previous breakout levels. But yeah, just selling off. We broke through the 50 and sold off, and then back down into the consolidation area. So one to really keep watch on, because we're seeing these green volume candles come in and just not quite make it. So it's trying. So it could be pretty frustrating, but once it does, it looks like it could make a significant move because it's just got all this pressure building up. So Telcoin, same kind of formation, you know, broke out of this downtrend, and then it's consolidating right above the breakout trend line. So good entry here, good safe trade, low risk for, you know, on the downside is a low loss, 2% below this breakout area trend line. So looking a little better. I would like to see some volume come in, but following that and watching that. UTK, similar formation in this kind of big bull flag. This one you're really going to want to wait for the breakout on, because there's a lot of room to the downside still. So one to watch, but wait for the break. Volume will confirm. So, you know, 1 or 2% above this trend line right here on this huge bull flag. Don't Don't know when it's going to happen. Don't know if it's going to happen, but that's what I'm watching for. The last one, kind of surprising. XLM hasn't been too exciting. Generally follows XRP. Was trading it back in April and May, and after May we just had these huge breakdowns and everything. But signs of life. Making this little bull flag here. So this one, same thing. You want to watch for the break, and you want it to continue through breaking out of the 200-day moving average. Break down, same thing. That's your sell, and recovery back into like a hammer candle back into this bull flag would be a re-entry. So that's a lot. Very simple stuff to watch for. Buy above the line, sell below the line. That's basically it. Watch for volume, and that's what I'm watching. 13 different altcoins. That's probably a little more than I'll get into. Find the best 3 or best 4 that you like, and watch those closely depending on how much time you have. So you could set alerts right here, on TradingView. That's the only downfall I have is I'm not around a computer every hour of every day. So just wanted to mention those because I scan through my watch list every morning when I wake up. I go through everything. First thing I do is I check and see like what the biggest winners and losers are. And the percentage change. I don't know what's up with Falcon Swap. That's a weird chart. It shows weird percentages all the time. And yeah, I should probably just delete that for now. But looking at Badger following through, Elon, which is Doge Elon, Mars, which all these meme coins are having big runs like Shiba Inu, but I don't trust it. I think it had its run. Shiba Inu is like the number 12 coin now, so not a good entry for me after this run. And then, and then I go through, and I just wanted to share those with you. So other than that, that's it for today. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you like this video. I appreciate it very greatly. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Bye.